In this video, we will talk about how to research or calculate base rates related to a reference class. We recommend that you watch our video on reference classes first if you haven't already. Base rates show you what the expected or average result is in a situation similar to the one that you're considering. You can often find base rates by researching or observing existing data. For example, if you want to predict how likely it is that your favorite Major League Baseball player will get a hit in the upcoming game, you shouldn't just take a wild guess. Instead, you can look at his batting average, which will tell you how his at-bats usually go. A batting average is a base rate or a measure of how similar situations usually turn out. Base rates are super important for forecasters because they give you a starting point for your forecast. They tell you what the expected or average outcome is in a situation similar to the one that you're considering. They can be expressed in percentages, like the percentage of superhero movies that have opening weekend box office sales above $100 million. Or they can be expressed in averages, like the average opening weekend sales of superhero movies from the past 5 years. They can also be expressed as probabilities, such as the likelihood that a superhero movie will gross over $100 million on opening weekend based on past trends. So, for example, if you wanted to forecast how much money this type of movie would make on its opening weekend, you would first identify a comparable reference class. Let's say all superhero movies from the past 5 years. And then you would use that reference class to find a useful base rate. In this case, we might research and calculate the average opening weekend sales for all movies in this category from that time frame. Finding that average gives us a place to start our forecast. What are some other examples of base rates? Well, let's say you were asked to forecast how many hurricanes will make landfall in the US in 2025. First, you need to identify your reference class. Rather than looking at all hurricanes that made landfall across the globe, you can narrow your scope to just hurricanes that touch down on US soil over a specific number of years. Then, if you do some research, you will find that over the past 5 years, on average, 2.8 hurricanes touched ground in the US per year. That's a base rate and gives you a good starting point for making your forecast in 2025. Let's look at some other examples. Batting averages. A batting average is also a base rate. It tells you the historical batting performance of a baseball player. A .260 batting average means a player has gotten a hit 26% of the time they have been at bat. So if you're asked to predict how likely it is that the batter will get a hit on their next at bat, the base rate or batting average tells you a 26% chance would be a good place to start. Or what about college acceptance rates? Harvard's 2023 acceptance rate was 3%. If you're working on your own college applications, this might be a useful base rate to start with when predicting your own chances of being accepted to Harvard. You can also narrow down your reference class to look at students who are more similar to you. For example, you can look at the acceptance rates for students who have the same GPA range as you, or the same standardized test scores. Just make sure you don't narrow down your sample size too much. Base rates matter for making better forecasts and for making better decisions because they help you make sense of the world. They help you use data from past situations to get closer to understanding what to expect in current or future situations. They offer a good starting point for forecasting what the most likely outcome of any situation is. Sometimes you can look base rates up, like in the example of predicting how many hurricanes make landfall in the US each year. Just remember to make sure that you are looking up statistics or data from reliable sources, like government websites, research studies, or expert reports. Sometimes you have to calculate base rates for yourself. If you want to figure out the base rate for how long it takes to get to school on a certain route, you could keep a journal, record your commute time over the next month, and then take an average. That average time would be your base rate. Let's walk through a specific example of how you might calculate base rates to make a more complicated forecast. Imagine you were asked to predict the outcome of the next basketball game between the Middletown Meteors and the Wilmington Wildcats. Specifically, you need to predict 4 things: how many points the Meteors will score, how many points the Wildcats will score, the chance the Meteors will win, and the chance that the Wildcats will win. You would start by finding the most suitable reference class. For this example, you'd likely want to use games between the Meteors and the Wildcats from this season, since last year's teams may have included different players and coaches. Of course, if you are at the beginning of the season, there might not be enough games to make a big enough sample size. In that case, your next move would be to use last season's games as your next best reference class. For this example, we'll use this season's games as our reference class. Once you identify your reference class, you'll want to jump into identifying the necessary base rates. First, you'll need to look at the base rates for points scored. You can look at all the games the Meteors and Wildcats played against each other this season. To predict how many points each team might score in this next game, you can calculate the average number of points they scored in this season's games. If we look at all the games they went head-to-head on this season, we see that the Meteors scored an average of 120.2 points, and the Wildcats scored an average of 128.5 points. Rounding these numbers, you'd predict that in the next game, the Meteors would score around 120 points, and the Wildcats would score about 129 points. Next, you want to figure out each team's chances of winning the next game they play against each other. To do this, you can research how often they won when they played each other in the past year. Let's say they played each other 10 times this season so far, and the Meteors won 3 of those games, while the Wildcats won 7. This means that the Meteors won 30% of the games and the Wildcats won 70%. So, you'd predict that the Meteors would have a 30% chance of winning the upcoming game, while the Wildcats have a 70% chance of winning it. Remember, in forecasting, the first thing to figure out is what you're being asked to predict. Then, identify the most suitable reference class. Next, find or record any relevant historical data, calculate the base rates, and then use those base rates to start your forecast.